Hello, everyone, and welcome to the second episode of my honest reviews of the entire Monsterverse. Last time, I reviewed Kong Skull Island because, in chronological order, it's the first entry in the Monsterverse. So today, to continue my quest of trying my best, that rhymed, to review all these movies before Godzilla x Kong the New Empire releases, I will be reviewing Godzilla 2014. For everyone wondering, no, I did not forget about the Skull Island show that's on Netflix. I will be putting that video out after this one. I know it takes place before this movie, but whatever, I'm going to be doing it after. So here we go. My honest review of Godzilla 2014, America's second attempt at making a Godzilla movie. We do not talk about the first one. So just like in the last video, my first sort of reviews will be as spoiler free as I can, just in case you haven't seen this movie that literally came out 10 years ago. But later on I will definitely be getting into spoilers, but I'll warn you guys before I do. And again, just like last time, I will be reviewing this movie in two major sections, the human side and the monster side. And I know it's a monster movie, humans shouldn't matter that much. But if you're going to put humans into a movie, I'm going to treat them like they are in that movie. So, anyways, let's get started. So first off, the humans. And just to start right out of the gate, I like these humans. In my opinion, they're the best humans we had ever seen in the Monsterverse until the Monarch show was released only a couple months ago. Bryan Cranston's character was definitely my favorite. He had a semi-compelling story, especially for a monster movie, and wonderful acting. His son, Ford, had a slightly less compelling story and definitely made some poor choices when it came to either, protecting his wife and his child, or he could go on a wild goose chase with Godzilla, and you'll never guess which one he picked. But either way, his character was definitely bearable, especially when you compare it to pretty much every other character the Monsterverse offers. Ford's wife, played by Elizabeth Olsen, was probably my least favorite character in the whole movie, just because she didn't really do anything except make bad decisions. Her entire character just felt like an excuse to put another big name actress in the movie. But again, her character definitely wasn't unbearable, so it's still a step up from a lot of other Monsterverse characters we've already seen and will be seeing. Only other character I really have something to say about is Dr. Serizawa, because trust me, he is not Dr. Serizawa. Although I will say he's a great character in the movie, there's nothing necessarily wrong with him. It just hurts me to see that they change him so much from what he originally was. They took away his eye patch, and you can't just take away Dr. Serizawa's eye patch. It's just not okay. So he's a great character, but I wish that he just was his own character, and they didn't use Dr. Serizawa for his name. It just seemed unnecessary, and I did not like it. The monster action in the movie was absolutely incredible when we saw it. It was definitely annoying that half the time, just before monster fight happened, they would just cut away to a human reacting to it, or just cut away completely. When there's a monster fight, there's a bunch of fog around and it's super dark. So when we actually see it, it's hard to actually see it. You can barely tell what's even happening. Also, Godzilla doesn't even show up until about 40 minutes into the movie, but oh boy, when we do finally get to see some monster action, it is well worth the wait. It is incredible. The Mutos in the movie are also really cool. They are an original for this movie, and I like them a lot. The differences of the male and female designs and abilities was just really well executed. Overall, great monster villains for this movie. Now, onto the spoiler section of the movie. So just in case you haven't seen this movie yet, which again, literally came out 10 years ago, so let's hope you have seen it. But if not, go ahead and just skip to the timestamp on the screen so you can get my final overview of the whole movie. This will be a bit of a speedrunning section just because I don't want this video to be super long for the viewers to not watch a long video, and also selfishly because I do not want to edit a video that long. So here we go. Speedrun section. I'm very disappointed that they killed off Bryan Cranston. The fact that Ford didn't disarm the bomb at the end of the movie was super, super disappointing. The halo jump was so cool. The airport scene is still one of my favorite scenes in a Godzilla movie to date. The deaths of both of the Mutos were awesome. Just like the tail whack and the feeling of drinking water after you eat an Altoid was super cool. Okay, and I feel like I just need to talk about Godzilla's atomic breath for a second. I absolutely love his atomic breath in this movie. They did a perfect job at remastering his breath from the Showa era. Although it was new because it was a lot more of a beam than it was in the Showa era, it was still misty like it was in the Showa era. Personally, I think it was a terrible decision to change it into just a beam in the later movies like King of the Monster and Godzilla vs. Kong, because it's just way more plain and boring, and without the mist, it's not nearly as good. The final part of this review is the design of Godzilla himself. This is the first movie we really got to see the new American design for it, and overall, I think it's really good. He's a lot more black colored, like he was in the Heisei era, and a lot more scaly, like he was in Millennium, and he's a pretty hunchbacked, similar to some versions of the Millennium era, but way more hunchbacked than we've ever seen before, which was pretty good. Overall, I think it was a great design and a great starting point for the rest of the MonsterVerse to base off of. So, welcome back everyone who skipped forward. This is my final review. This is what it is. Really, my only complaint that I really have with this movie is that we don't really get to see much of Godzilla in his own movie. And when we do get to see him, it is pretty foggy and dark. But I don't think it's as bad as a lot of people make it seem. But some things I definitely like about the movie is Godzilla's body and atomic breath designs. Really good, especially his atomic breath. I'm obsessed with it. A lot of really awesome shots in the movie, like the airport scene and the halo jump. Absolutely love those. I think the Mutos were great, an amazing original Godzilla villain that I think just fit with the style and theme of the movie really well. The humans in the movie were definitely bearable, unlike most others from the MonsterVerse, and even some of them, like Bryan Cranston, I kind of enjoyed. So in the end, I think I'll give Godzilla 2014 an 8 out of 10. We don't get to see much monster action, which is what drops it down to an 8. But when we do get to see it, that action is top tier. So yeah, overall, I really like this movie, and I definitely suggest it to anyone who hasn't seen it. So, there we go. Please tune in next time to watch my next MonsterVerse review, that of the Skull Island show on Netflix, which that episode will be a lot shorter than this one. And please check out my previous honest review of Kong Skull Island if you haven't already seen that. So I just want to thank you all so much for watching this video. Truly, truly thank you. And I will see you all in my next video that I end up posting. Alright, see ya.